Hey Pokemon TCG fans, welcome back to the PokeRivals channel. Blue here, bringing you another standard deck. This time we're bringing you Mega Tyranitar, the Destroyer King himself. So there he is, in all his glory, 240 HP, massive amount of HP for the Megas. And Destroyer King, the attack that we're basing this deck around, doing 110 damage plus, and the plus being 60 for every damage counter on our opponent's active Pokemon. So with just 2 damage counters, that's an extra 120, doing 230, knocking out almost any Pokemon besides a few bulky Megas. But if they had those damage counters, that would put 250 on them, so they would end up being knocked out anyways. So let's take a look at the rest of the deck. The rest of the Pokemon that we're playing is actually another 2 Titars, so we have 2 line of the Titars, because let's face it, Mega Tyranitar isn't the best Pokemon around to be using. He's pretty slow and hard to get going sometimes, so we have a lot of other basic attackers that we will really be using most of the time, really setting up for Tyranitar. We have 2 baby Evoltals for energy acceleration with the Oblivion Wing, being able to attach dark energy from the discard pile, and then big Evoltal EX with the Evil Ball and the Y-Cyclone. Y-Cyclone is actually a pretty useful attack in this deck, being able to move the double colors around, which are so crucial to pretty much any Pokemon except baby Evoltal. So whenever we see our Evoltal EX getting close to getting knocked out, we like to toss that around. And then Malamar EX is in here, just 1 copy of it, just so we can induce sleep whenever we need to with the ability, in case we need to status someone or really get our opponents off. I mean, leading off with this kind of is always fun when not really we want to, but whenever we need to or have to. Like if we end up starting off with a Malamar, it's really a fun match after that, just because it's going to rely on the coin flips and it can go either way after that. So that's always a little fun in there to have. Other than that, we have 1 Shaman for draw support and 1 Hoopa to really get our bench going as soon as possible. And then going into the items, we have 4 Battle Compressors, 4 VS Seekers, and 4 Ultra Balls. The Ultra Balls are to really ensure that we get a first turn Hoopa or Shaman off, whichever we need to depending on how we start. 3 Trainer's Medals, because we really have a lot of different things, and the Trainer's Medals really let us extend our plays to really grab onto what we need whenever we want it. 2 forms of switches, one being Escape Rope and another one being the switch itself. We don't really run the Float Stone, although we could, although I can't really find too much space for it to run any more copies of those. And then 2 Mega Tyranitar, which is also a little low for a Mega themed deck, but normally we like to see these pretty late game, and after a few Battle Compressors, when we have pretty much everything we don't need in the discard pile and have decked in enough, we'll normally run into those when at crucial times. Other than that, let's go into the supporters. We run 1 AZ to pick up our Pokemon in case we ever have a Hoopa lead or a Shaman lead. We'll be able to pick those up after we find a basic and hopefully save that ability from being wasted. And then we'll run 1 Hex Maniac to nullify abilities, 1 Judge to really have hand control whenever we need to, and 1 Lysander because the Lysander is the man that wins games. These are normally our most sought after Battle Compressor cards, or Battle Compressor targets. Again, whichever one of those we need. Like I said, if we start off with the Hoopa, we'll normally want to go with a first turn Battle Compressor and VS Seeker for an AZ, or if we started pretty bad, we could even first turn Judge, which isn't bad, or first turn Hex Maniac, which isn't bad either. So we always have the option of going whichever one of those route with this deck. Then we have 2 Shadow Circles to get rid of our Pokemon's weaknesses, because they do have kind of scattered weaknesses. Half of our deck, the dark half, being weak to fighting Pokemon, Mega Tyranitar and Malamar, and the other half, the Evoltals, being weak to electric. But they do resist, so they kind of do bounce each other out a little bit. But that's pretty much what they're for. Even Shaman, I believe, will be able to use it. Yeah, as long as it has a dark energy attached to it. And then after that, we have 2 Muscle Bands that really go on to our Evoltals or even Malamar if we're attacking with him. Baby Evoltals that are actually our only attacker when it comes to Regice, so that Muscle Band and the full power Darkness Blade will be able to knock it out just the perfect number. Going into the energies, we run 4 dangerous energies and 4 basic dark energies, and then 4 double colorless energies. these dangerous energies actually play a pretty crucial part in getting our Mega T-Tars going. So we kind of want to see those pretty early, and then we can attach those to pretty much anyone. Baby Yveltal likes to hold them, and then attaching those to Mega T-Tar works out sometimes too, since a lot of Pokemon can't one-hit KO him. After they do end up leaving an attack, if it's a Pokemon EX, they will take 20 damage, and then we'll be able to knock them out if we can get that Destroyer King set up. Other than that, we do run 3 Spirit Links to get the Mega T-Tar going, even though we only run 2 and 2, so we can really only get 2 copies of it. It doesn't hurt to put 2 Spirit Links on him after you get a Mega T-Tar set up if you see him, just to make sure he doesn't get head ringered by our opponent or anything else, since he can hold more than 2 tools, but I don't really have another tool in here that he can really use. I mean, that Muscle Band will kind of be of a waste, since it only hit for 130, still not hitting that too good of a number. That's basically the Mega T-Tar in a nutshell, the pure dark Mega T-Tar deck, no bats. Let us know what you guys think. Alright, Pokemon TCG fans, Blue here again with the Pokemon Rivals channel. We're here against Mini Jug, and we're calling the coin flip with our Mega T-Tar deck. So let's see if it's a lucky coin heads. And it was heads, so we won the coin flip, so we're going to go ahead and go first. And I didn't really catch what our opponent was playing. So let's see what our opening hand looks like. So we're going to lead off with that Malamar. It's going to be an odd start right off the back. But hey, he may even get us a knockout. Oh, so our opponent ended up leading with the Shaman. And so what we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and use that Battle Compressor and toss a few energies in there for our Yveltals. Let's see. And what else? Let's get a Lysander in there pretty early. Hopefully he's not prized. No, he wasn't prized. Alright, now... I'll go ahead and get the energy. Yeah, we'll put Shaman to sleep. We'll drop our own Shaman for 2 more. It's not too strong of a play, but we're not in too good of a position. Yeah, let's go ahead and just Shauna that. Alright, so we did end up seeing an Ultra Ball, which is nice and early. Alright, Hoopa. Yeah, get us T-Tar and Yveltal. And we do have a VS Seeker for next turn. Let's see, T-Tar and Yveltal. And yeah, we'll go ahead and send those in for now. No point in waiting. And I'll probably just end up giving Malamar 1 more energy just to be able to get the attack off, just because I don't expect him to do too much more after that. Okay, my opponent's dropping his own Hoopa, so now he's going to fill up his bench. Alright, so it appears we're facing a Mega Mewtwo deck. Okay, and they're coming the Mewtwo's. I haven't seen any form of energy acceleration. Maybe we'll see that coming up. Dark, so it's probably going to be a Mega Mewtwo Y. Yeah, with the Zoroark, the stand-in Zoroark. There's the Floatstone as well. And down comes the Shaman for 4. Okay, so my opponent's standing up pretty quick. I'm not too sure how I want to play this. I maybe want to just send an Yveltal in or something. My opponent's gonna play a Lysander of his own. I do have the switch, so I guess I don't have to waste that switch now. He does drag up our T-Tar. So I'll probably just want to burn the switch early and get the Sycamore off. So let's go ahead and check the mailbox before any of that. Maybe for Muscle Band or Shadow. I don't believe I'll need the Shadow Circle just yet. So let's grab that Muscle Band. And yeah, let's go ahead and give it to Malamar. You know Malamar's our only ready attacker. So we'll go ahead and see how this, we'll just go ahead and turn this into a straight off the back luck-based start. Alright, Sycamore coming down. Alright, so there's a Dark Energy and we can already evolve into Mega Tyranitar. Let's see. And then I'll actually even grab onto that Ultra Ball. We have an Yveltal down too, so that's pretty good. And a Darkness Energy for next. And we'll go ahead and put that Shaman to sleep. Hopefully we'll knock it out. I won't Mega Evolve just yet, just so my opponent doesn't get that chance to add a second Head Ringer onto us, since we don't have any more items. And we did end up knocking out that Shaman with Malamar, so kind of already paying off. Or at least evening out if he does get knocked out pretty early, since he does have 3 energy. So we get another Ultra Ball and an energy. And we do have a double colorless, so hopefully after our baby Yveltal accelerates a little bit and does some damage, we should get a knockout after that, if a Mega Mewtwo does come down. But he seems to be wanting to go for that Zoroark. Yeah, the Zoroark will probably be able to knock us out too, since we're giving him a full bench. At least we're powering up pretty strong. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's like a 10 short. My opponent going for a Lysander. He could knock out the Shaman, I believe. Okay, so he's still coming after T-Tar. I'm not too sure why he's so threatened by that. And he switches back into Shaman. Not too sure how to do this. Let's go ahead and Mega Evolve. And attach Muscle Band to Yveltal EX. We'll play a double colorless and then Sycamore. Yeah, we'll Sycamore. Okay, so we did get AZ. Let's go ahead and play our Battle Compressor one more time. Get any of those, just one of supporters, like that Judge, and maybe I think that should be it. So yeah, and then the rest of those Battle Compressors decked within as much as possible before we really have to just leave it to draw power. We did end up getting another Spirit Link, but I want to hold off because we do have the T-Tar as well, and I might be able to just pick it up if I really have to. Next turn, hopefully we can maybe even start swinging with this T-Tar. If we happen to draw onto a yeah, Mega Turbo. I don't run too many just because that T-Tar opponent didn't do too much. We've got another VS Seeker. Let's see how I want to play that. Do I want to play a Dark Energy? Yeah, you know, I'll play a Dark Energy just in case. With 16 cards in the deck, I can survive a Sycamore. And I may be a little low on energies after that, but really we have to get things going. Our opponent's really in there already, so we did end up getting the Mega Turbo and plenty of energies after that. But I'm sure this is the last bit. I don't believe I'm gonna be Sycamoring too much anymore. We'll go ahead and get that Destroyer King off because, like I said, we do have the energy on us as well. So that's 2 more prizes. Yeah, this Mega Mewtwo definitely struggling to start going. I'm still not even too sure which one he's playing. He promoted his Yveltal. And there comes the Mega Mewtwo Y. My opponent just passed the turn after that. So we did end up getting an escape rope. Let me check the trainer's mail. So another Spirit Link and a Shadow Circle. I'll even go ahead and leave those in there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch. I don't see why else I should do anything. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna check how many VS stickers I have. So my opponent sent in that Zoroa. Okay, so can we start swinging at it? Yeah, you know what? Swinging at that won't even be too bad of a play. Let's see, how much HP does it have? Oh, 60. So we won't be able to knock it. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a knockout with our Malamar. Let's go ahead and put a double colorless on here and just go ahead and just swing. Hopefully we can get one heads. So, two tails and no heads at all. Yeah, Malamar is definitely good for that. So my opponent did end up surviving a turn, but I kind of hope this Malamar does end up getting knocked out by a Mewtwo just to ensure it's that knockout with Mega Tyranitar afterward. My opponent looking at, I believe, to be a pretty tight situation now that I'm getting that Yveltal powered up as well. I mean, that Malamar can always be, is definitely that hit or miss. So it's kind of bad that we had to rely on him so early. So yeah, there comes down a double colorless. I'm really hoping my opponent retreats back into him. I'm not too sure if that Zoroark can knock him out just yet. My opponent sending his own batch of supporters to the discard pile with that battle compressor. Silent Lab coming down, so I'm glad I just held on to that stadium of my own, just because I may need Malamar's ability. Yeah, so both of Mewtwo did come down, so even if I do start paralyzed sleeping, they won't be able to get rid of it just by evolving. Now that 2 came down, but I really see my opponent in a tight spot now. I kind of got set up going and it took up a few prizes. Alright, so there's a Psychic Infinity. 140, no knock, 20. Oh goodness, that's not enough. How was that 20? Let's see. 60, 120, 230. Oh yeah, and that was it. So my opponent did end up counting that out. I had that retreat and then attack with that Mega Tyranitar. So that was pretty quick. We'll go ahead and get another match coming for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, we're here against Pikachu with which lots of nice coin, but it appeared like he was running some type of Night March deck. I did see a steel type, so really it could be anything now. But my opponent's gonna go first. That's a pretty cool Muna coin. I'm gonna lead off with Yveltal. So we'll see if this is Night March. Yeah, it is Night March, and Yveltal's gonna be a pretty good start. I'm not too sure why my opponent decided to not go second. He could have knocked us out. And I know Night March likes to do that. So my opponent's gonna send a few. Yeah, I sent a few. Wait, was that even just Lampins? I think he sent a supporter. Yeah, it was just Lampins. Into the discard pile with that battle compressor. If my opponent tries to retreat that Joltik, I'm going to toss my Lysander with battle compressor and VS Secret back. Just because this Yveltal gets a perfect knockout on him. But I am going to need to draw into another basic just because I am open to lose the game right after. So my opponent definitely going through his deck pretty fast already. Yeah, I believe after these, he's gonna be around half of his deck gone. Yeah, he puts another battle compressor after that, so definitely burn through half of his deck on his first turn. So there comes an Ultra Ball. And it's gonna see a Shaman. Still extending his play. My opponent playing Trainer's Mail still. And there's an Acrobike. So my opponent impressively has 21 more cards in his deck left, and he's still going. 19. Still going. Wow, my opponent is definitely burning through his deck on as fast as possible. It's pretty cool to see that. Let's see how many he had. Yeah, he has 19. And there's a retreat into Pumpkaboo. So we did end up getting another Yveltal as well. That's so perfect because I was scared that we weren't going to be able to play a basic Pokemon down before using a supporter. And let's see. X-Maniac for now. And we'll Lysander. I'm sure he has plenty of other cards to start attacking with Pumpkaboo. But this should be enough to get us some momentum. So there's our first knockout, and we'll power up our benched Yveltal. It's definitely the top deck we were looking for. My opponent's going to play Teammates. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to grab himself a double colorless and Dimension Valley, I believe. If he doesn't already have one of those two. That definitely needs to start attacking hard. If he has one of those two, he'll probably get another VS Seeker for next turn to be able to play Teammates again. Yeah, so there's a Dimension Valley and the double color, so I'm sure he's going to be able to knock us out. Okay, so he has that Bronzong for energy acceleration. And he didn't knock us out, wow. That's pretty bad. And we'll play Sycamore after that. Okay, we managed to get a Spirit Link and another Yveltal. So let's see what we want to start doing. We'll go ahead and just knock out this Yveltal. This Pumpkaboo. And then proceed to power up T-Tar. So we find our escape rope, and my opponent promotes Joltik. So Joltik's gonna be an easy knockout for us. He played a normal Steel Energy on it. That's pretty terrible. I'm gonna see what my opponent chooses to do, because, well, I guess a switch and, yeah, switch and a Float Stone will ensure I'm an attack. So there's a Vespiquen coming down. Oh, and the Bronzong. So he's gonna start accelerating. Let's see who he chooses. Well, it's gonna have to be that Combi. Yeah, it's that Combi. So I'm opponent dropping a Shaman after that. Okay. My opponent can't really do too much else. He could play a bunch of other cards. He still has a full hand, but he's taking a while to decide what he wants to do. Really, all I can do is maybe put an energy on T-Tar. My opponent just conceded the match after that, so we definitely had Night March on their toes just with that Yveltal. That Yveltal is the that Baby Yveltal is the best choice that we can go with for the Nightmare matches, just because of that. You've seen that it can knock out, let's check out the stats. Yeah, it can knock out Joltik and a Pumpkaboo pretty fast, and it keeps the prizes going at 1 and 1 in case we need to. So that's definitely how we want Night Marchers matches to go for us. But that's definitely the Mega Tyranitar deck, you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the content. This is Blue signing out for Poke Rivals. Stay tuned.